Welcome to the first Ad Kit, the simple, low-cost, and effective way to build the brand you've always wanted to beat the competition. In a highly competitive field such as yours, generating customer appeal is everything to creating new sales and growth. In nearly all cases, the reason that drives a prospective customer to set an appointment for the first time or visit your website for more information is that very first touch, that first impression you make through your marketing. When that first touch happens, do you want to stand out in the crowd or blend in with your competition? I think you want to stand out. But how do you stand out? For any practice, cash flow is king. And with most advertising agencies and current approaches to marketing, expenses associated with building brand preference, one that appeals to many types of customers, the right way can be expensive. And internal costs can be high when you remove a clinician from her trained job to handle marketing campaigns they have little experience in. From our conversations with practices, we know many use marketing materials provided by national suppliers. Often included with the fee you pay to resell a product or service, the materials look and sound like what a hot brand should be and what a customer would highly want to buy. But if you really look at most of the material they provide, you have to ask yourself, who does this really help? If you are really honest, you will see that in most cases, the materials the national suppliers provide are really designed to build their name and reputation, not yours. Let's look at some quick samples. But please note, we're not casting the national suppliers in these samples as the bad guy. The materials are solid for their marketing strategy. It's just not your marketing strategy. Why? When national suppliers design their materials, they create them so their brand name, message, graphic, and tagline clearly stand out. And why wouldn't they if it's their ad? But as a result, and as you know, there's little room to customize their material or to make your brand name an equal partner with theirs. Sure, you can put in a name, address, or even an event location, but overall, does playing second fiddle to the national supplier's brand really build awareness and appeal for your most precious asset, your brand name, with new customers? In most cases, your brand gets lost in the shuffle, and that's not the worst of it. When the national suppliers build their marketing program, many make obtaining them easy through website downloads and personal in-house design services. But have you thought about who, in addition to your company, they give access to for downloads and customization? That's right. They give equal access for the same marketing materials to all of your competition to market the same product or service you offer. Again, whose best interest do your national suppliers have in providing these materials to everyone? Theirs, not yours. When you learned of the opportunity to use their marketing materials to promote a valued service or product, you probably thought this was a great way to build traffic solely to your doorstep. But as most practices quickly find out, you are just one of many in your area using the same materials to market the product to the same audience. While hope for increased sales may have been your feeling at the start, frustration is probably the feeling you have now, knowing those expectations are not going to be met. So in the end, the marketing materials the national suppliers provide helps them grow their brand credibility, revenue, and prestige in your community as you and every other competitor flood the market with the same message. While the national supplier grows market share, your brand struggles through a condition we call the sea of sameness, one who blends in with everyone else and doesn't stand out in the crowd. And through this sea of sameness, there is very little winning from your side. Your brand takes a back seat to the national supplier's brand. As a secondary thought, your brand has little chance to thrive in a competitive market. Since every company looks and sounds the same, customers are confused on who provides what and where they should really turn to for valued services and product selection. As in most industries, since no company clearly differentiated its value, a consumer ultimately shops the product. Instead of building brand centered around quality and value, which commands a higher purchase price that increases your cash flow, the sea of sameness caused by supplier marketing materials creates a commodity product where low cost always wins, and that's no way to grow your business. The problem is compounded by the wastefulness of the marketing budget you do spend. While the strategy to use print advertisements, direct mail, brochures, invitations, and other tools is sound, the financial and tactical execution of buying media space and printing and mailing postcards is not because they have little impact once customers see 10 of the same thing. And as many small businesses do, marketing is pulled through sheer frustration caused by the lack of results. Instead of proactively seeking new customers, practices turn its attention solely on its existing customers in hope they remain loyal. As we've seen time and time again, that's how companies fail. At CPR, we feel it doesn't have to be this way for your practice. Instead of falling into the trap of the sea of sameness, don't you want your brand to shine? Don't you want it to stand out in the crowd to bring in more customers? Don't you want to make more money by working smarter, not harder? If you do, and we know you do, the first ad kit is for you. In one marketing tool, you can build the brand you want at a cost far lower than you think.